could pick up some stragglers. All right, we about to be live any minute. Here we go. Yes, don't forget to check out Doggie Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you've never been there before, the links are right in the description box. You could just go down the description box, click the links, pow, there you are. Subscribe right there. Also, for only $100, I promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.doggiediamondstv.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggie Diamonds for your promo, serious inquiries only. Also, hold on, where we at? I need to show y'all something else. Where we at? Oh, the memberships are back on the channel. So all you have to do is come back, be a member again. It's right in the description box. Everything pertaining to Doggie Diamonds No Filter is right in the description box. All you got to do is go there below. Let's go. So as you hear them chords, it's Saturday night. I don't expect a bunch of people to be here, but it's Saturday night. Man, you should have your ass somewhere safe anyway. And the safest place to be is with me live. So at least if I know you here, you ain't getting in no trouble. You ain't in no danger. Ain't no danger here. This is all kick back chilling. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So as I do what I do, we're going to have some really, really important dialogue tonight. I hope everybody tune into the dialogue because this is going to be one to grow on. So without any further ado, I present myself. Oh, I'm my character tonight. Okay, I ain't wearing no hat and I wore the shades to let you know that guy up there is not really me no more. It's the guy over there that's flashing. That's me. So I'm my character. I ain't wearing no hat to show you that the character I made looks exactly like me. Great job. I must say for myself, great job. But what's up, everybody? I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. Tonight, I want to talk to you about media, podcasting, responsibility. Is it helping us? Is it hurting us? What is podcasting? It's kind of a lesson, just to build on podcasting. So I couldn't do that alone. So I had to bring my partner. Y'all don't know I got a partner. I be telling y'all I got a partner. So I got to bring my partner in podcasting here tonight to talk about it. So without any further ado, introduce yourself to the people.
What's cracking? It's Big Steele, y'all. Norman Steele from Digital Soapbox Media and all that other good shit.
So Digital Soapbox Media. A lot of people don't know that is the company that me and you formed, 5 years ago?
5 years ago, bro. Okay. 5 years ago.
5 years ago. And I don't think they know all that we do in the culture. I think that they think I'm just some YouTube guy. They don't know like some of the stuff that we actually do in the culture. A lot of people that we put on. So could you just give them a little rundown of some of the shows that we have on the network?
In addition to Doggie Diamonds, No Filter, you got the Gangster Chronicles, you got the Connected Experience, my guys out of Inkster, Michigan. You got Lovely T TV, who we recently just did a deal to handle her sales and everything like that.
Whoa, time out. We got Lovely T. You just dropped the bomb. Lovely T got 1 million subscribers. We got Lovely T.
Yeah, continue. And so
go ahead, bro.
What it is with her is T is definitely her own boss. Mm-hmm. We handle all her sales for her. We handle a lot of her sales and marketing stuff of that nature. Mm-hmm. So we making moves, and it's a lot of other stuff we do, like as far as running campaigns for people, from radio to video, all the other good stuff in between. So we a full service media company, and be on the lookout for the streaming app coming soon. We'll talk about that more on the show though.
Yes, the app is coming, but we're gonna chill for right now. Also, I told the audience before in one of the episodes that we had some of their internet favorites. We had Charleston White at one point.
Oh yeah, Charleston White. I would like to say Charleston White. Now I'm gonna be real. He was doing his thing already prior to us, but he had came to me through my boy Uncle Hen. Shout out to Hen, and he actually was under Digital Soapbox for a brief time. And to be real with you, Charleston say a lot of way out stuff, man, but he's not necessarily wrong about a lot of the shit he say.
Mm-hmm. But for what we were doing, we were in the business of building our business. So some of the things he was saying, not that it would hurt the business, but we were building relationships. So we had to say, all right, Charleston, you could do what you do. So shout out to Charleston White. Definitely no hate or malice towards Charleston.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was one of those things to where we have to think a year ahead sometimes. So something that may be good for you right now may come back to bite you in the ass later on. So it was kind of just like, go and do your thing. We're not gonna hold you back because I'm not about censorship. I think people should be able to say whatever the hell they got on their mind.
Yeah. And we also had my expert opinion too. We had Math Hoffa.
Oh yeah, we had Math Hoffa for about, I don't even want to go into that. We had him for a little bit. Shout out to Math, he's doing his thing. Salute. Glad to see you.
But I had to let the audience know he asked for a release, and we didn't have to release him, but we did.
Oh no, most definitely not. We could have been assholes and been like, no, dude, you signed a contract, especially for the reason he wanted to leave.
Yeah, but we did let him go. And I was saying all that to say, because we wanted him to win with or without us. So when he asked for his release, we let him go. It wasn't no, you in this contract forever. That's it. We let people go. If somebody don't want to be with us, we let them go for whatever reason they feel. So again, and then he going on to do great things as well as Charleston. So what I was trying to convey to the audience is that if this was a dictatorship via paperwork, we didn't have to let nobody go.
Well, you know what? I am going to address some sucker shit though.
Okay.
And I have never said nothing about this. We had them hip hop uncensored cats too over here, right?
Uh-huh.
Hip hop uncensored. We had a thing with them where we handle their sales, their sponsorships and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up one morning and I see some shit that we finally free. We doing this like they was up under my thumbs or something. I'm gonna tell y'all whole ass niggas something. Y'all could have left. You could have called me like a man and talked to me about that. But when I see you, it's on. I'm serious. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
I forgot we had hip hop uncensored too.
Damn. Yeah, we had them, man. And
I forgot
usually,
we did.
Doggy, I don't take nothing personal, man, but when you slander my name and drag it out there just with a bunch of mistruths, just so you can get some views and clicks on something, and then you have my enemies come and sit down with you and stuff like that, then we had a relationship. See, people don't know this is a business. Mm-hmm. We had a relationship with a company called Himalaya. Mm-hmm. You remember we signed a deal with Himalaya, right? They were handling all our sales and
they
stuff.
robbed us.
Yeah, they robbed us. Everybody
they robbed
about $70,000. Everybody got robbed. There was a big write-up on it, big investigative report on it. I had to go to court on it. It was a whole bunch of stuff. So pretty much it was a thing to where I was being honest with them. And I called them and I told them because I think it was something, it was a payment that was due to them, right? For this right there. But I explained to them the situation. I said, listen, this guy has ran off with the money, whoop-de-whoop. And then, who was the little chubby fat nigga that's over there?
I don't know their names, really.
I don't know his name, but we don't need to mention their names because it ain't about that. It's about this situation, right? So I called him. He said, man, it always seems like it's something. It's really not always nothing. It's just really sensitive, though. And my thing is this. I'm an actual human being. If you have an issue or problem, call my phone. You don't have to go online and talk about it, this and that. When you could have called my phone and got some clarity because what was funny about it, when the article actually came out about this motherfucker, Peter Vincent, that was over there stealing all the money. Yeah, I'm gonna say his name, you a thief, Peter. So when Peter Vincent was over there doing this 1-2 with the money, right? I was keeping everybody abreast. And what they don't know, the issue with the money started being funny about 3 months prior. I was just making sure people got paid out on our end.
We ain't getting nothing though.
Yeah, but
me and you did. That's what I'm saying. We didn't.
Yeah, me and you didn't get nothing.
I didn't get a dollar. I didn't get a dollar. Yeah.
And that's the thing about being captains of a ship. When something goes bad, you still got to pay the crew because the crew ain't trying to hear that. Oh man, we just lost the whole. We just lost the whole 2 tons of the fish we just got out of the ocean. They still want to be compensated when they get home with their family. So and it wasn't no little bit of money. It was probably about $35,000 that got paid out, right? Mm-hmm. That we never recovered. We recovered a little bit of it, a very small fragment of that money, but we just never did. So I called myself doing proper business and alerting them because they still got their money. It was just a few days later than it was supposed to be. I see a thing talked about, I get this long email that's just tripping in emotion, right? Like this email was like a 5-minute read, bro. From those guys over at Hip Hop Uncensored talking about, you're holding our RSS feed hostage. We want to be let go. First of all, you never asked me about your RSS feed. You never asked me that. And that's something you can handle on your own, because usually when you transfer a podcast, you paste the RSS feed, I get a notification, and now they just let it go. But I never got none of that. They jumped straight out the window on me though. So it was kind of like where's this coming from? And then you see all the and this stuff is mad old. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, dog. But I guess, we want to talk about the business. I'm gonna tell everything. So we get these guys, man, they send this long tirade about what they not getting and this and that, right? So I got on the RSS feed, even got them an ad after that. Now that's the thing. Somebody asked me about them on a campaign, even got them on a campaign after that. Once they found out the truth about what was really going on, all they did was like the comment. But if you're wrong about something, if you go and disparage a man's name in public, when you make that apology, you should make it a public apology as well. That's just me, but I'm a man. I don't know where these dudes come from nowadays.
Yeah. And it was again, being the company owners, we are the last to get paid. We everybody gotta get paid before us, because out of them campaigns, the Himalaya situation, I didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing. We didn't get a single dollar, but the monies that came in, we had to pay the shows first. You understand what I'm saying? And in any other situation, people will get paid first and say, shit, still, whatever scraps, let's hit them all. But because what happens is, being that we the network owners, we get money off of their shit, and we get money as well off of, because we got 2 shows on the network as well. I got my own podcast, right? Doggie Diamonds, No Filter, that was on there, but then I get money off of everybody's show. I didn't get a dollar. I didn't get nothing.
And again, those early days were very important though, because it turned us into the business people we are now. We have checks and balances to ensure that things like that never happen again. We don't have a middleman between us and the bag, so to speak, and on a positive note, shout out to them brothers. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Good luck to them. But I had to spray a little bit of venom their way since they sprayed so much my way.
Yeah, you it's funny because you get all the venom. Everybody be like, Steele is the problem. Steele is. I'm like, nah, Steele keeps it real on the business. And I think people look at me like I'm not a part of the business and I'm not the business guy, because you really handle a lot of the operations, but they don't know that I sign off on everything and I know about everything that's happening, because me and you have our own conferences with each other, so everybody.
Well, everything is about business at the end of the day, and that's why I choose not to even acknowledge a lot of the stuff that's said, because the biggest problem that we have is that people want to get advertisement, but their shows don't do the numbers.
That was the issue with Math. Math, he gave us one episode and he was like, he wanted a read. And it was like, you can't get a read because we didn't establish your audio yet, bro.
Well, that was the problem. See, a lot of people just jump to YouTube and say they got a podcast. I'm getting 250,000, 300,000 views an episode. I'm like, that's great, but we have to establish you an audio presence first, because until you get your audio to the point to where you're at least getting 20,000 an episode on a 30-day basis, none of the agencies won't even talk to you.
Say that again, Steele, because, oh my God, I've been trying to tell them that.
Unless you're getting a certain amount of numbers on a weekly basis on your audio, it's not attractive for an agency. They don't care about YouTube. YouTube is pedestrian traffic to them. They don't know, there's no way that they can follow up on that traffic that you're getting. So with a podcast, an audio podcast, it gives you a lot of analytics. It gives you what type of phone the people are using. It gives you their listening habits, how long they're listening to the show, what they're into, what their interests are outside of your show. So there's a lot of information that you can get just from somebody pressing play on your podcast. So that's what I stress to shows when they come on. I tell people everybody's situation is different. Lovely T is established. She is a boss. She has already done the groundwork of years. Really, she didn't need us.
Facts. Yeah.
She doesn't need us.
When you said you was talking to Lovely T, I'm like, woo! I hit him with the Ric Flair, like, yeah, that's big.
And I just want to clarify the situation. We handle the sales for her. We
do not own her show. She owns all her stuff.
As with all shows we have over here, if we do a licensing agreement with a show, it's a license agreement. It's still their show, and they can actually pick up and leave anytime they want to. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've ever held anyone to a contract. If someone comes to me on Monday and say, hey man, Spotify want to give me $500,000, I'm gonna tell him, man, go get that. What you sitting around here waiting for? Go get it.
Yep. And I also want to put something out there that's important. We've had one other situation where Himalaya was the CBS Viacom thing before that or after that? That was after that, right?
The CBS Viacom thing was before that. That was our first situation.
Our first
situation. The CBS Viacom thing came about because I knew a guy in the building over there, and he was looking at what we were doing. He was saying, "Hey, why don't you guys try this over there?" We didn't get no money. We got studio support. That was it. We didn't get a dime from that.
Got you. And when we got the situation, did I not? Because we got to put this on record. Did I not? All my friends, did I not give them contracts?
Oh, yes, they had contracts. See what it was, and I don't even want to say these guys' names, right?
We're not saying their name.
You know, we're not saying their names, but you have a situation to where a show is literally getting maybe 100 downloads an episode on audio. And this is all facts. Numbers don't lie. I can't make this stuff up. You know, it's what it is. I want the shows to do good because that's how we get paid. I want you to do a whole bunch of downloads. I want you to get I want you to be the best that you can be because that's how we all profit from this. So with those things, you get guys and telling them that there's a process and stuff. You just can't, I just couldn't pull up to CBS studios and just go to the studio whenever I wanted to.
Facts.
We had time blocks. We had certain shows established that were coming in. Like you were going to New York. You were going to Manhattan.
Yeah, I was going on Varick. Varick.
Yeah, so you were already established and booked to be in there. You know, we had a show just pop up at the studio call.
And I was able to go to Atlanta too. Remember, I went to the Atlanta building too. I could have went to any building in the United States, but we had to get clearance first. I couldn't just walk in there, but we would call ahead and say, Doggie Diamonds is coming. He's booked this slot time. Because remember when I went to Atlanta and I booked 2 people that I gave contracts to, and none of them show up. But we're not going to say their name either. Let's not forget that. Remember, I had 2 people in Atlanta that were supposed to come do a show with me, and none of them showed up.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and that's the business though, Doggie. This business is a thing of people, unfortunately, on the internet nowadays, people believe anything they hear. Oh, we heard such and such got a deal for $50 million or $20 million. That kind of fucks the game up a little bit because when you're talking to a potential show and they're telling you, well, what's the upfront? Like, I'm like, dude, you don't have any metrics to sustain me going to go try to give you $100,000, $150,000. You don't have metrics. You may have history from you being a rapper or something like that, but it's not just because people want to hear your songs don't mean they necessarily want to hear your opinion on everything.
And also we have to let them know again, because you have good YouTube numbers, that does not always transfer into audio. It does not always transfer into audio. Just because people want to see you, that don't mean they just want to hear you. Podcasting is an actual app that you have to have. Either you have Spotify, you have Google Podcasts, or you have Apple Podcasts. If it's not in those formats, audio only, you do not have a podcast. So all you individuals on YouTube saying, check, I got my podcast, you do not have a podcast.
You have a YouTube show, a talk show on YouTube. That's what you have. And you know, shout out to that. There's
shout out to that, yeah.
But a lot of people get upset because you meet people. And one thing I've learned over the years, dog, we've been doing this for a while because prior to us starting Digital Soapbox, I was trying to launch a podcast on Glasses Balloon 3 years prior.
Yes.
So you get all these life experiences, some of them good, but most of them bad. And you ultimately learn from those. And then you get something that clicks.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I met Big Steele. So I get an email from somebody and it says, "Hey, what's up? This is Norman Steele. I like your show. You don't have a deal? Like you're not a part of the podcast networks in New York?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Yo, I was thinking about trying to start a network. I want you to be the first show on the network. I'll try it. We could go behind you. Let's put everything into you." And I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Then he said, hold on. Nah, man, you can't sign to me. We got to be partners. We going to be partners in this. And there it was. We started right there, 2017. We started. so I wasn't originally going to do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I probably did like 3 episodes, and then you was like, yo, nah, you know what? Let's do it together. And then we started building. So I was the flagship show on Digital Soapbox Network at the time. And then we started signing other people. We was putting other shows on. And then we realized with podcasting, a lot of people wasn't serious because you gotta turn in the show every week. There is no break off. There's, yo, my dog ate my homework. There is none of that. You have to turn in the show every week. So we was finding that people wasn't turning in they shows every week, and it was hurting us as a network. So I'm the only one doing the heavy lifting, right? That's bringing all the shows, because you didn't have a show at the time, and I was the only one that turning in every week. So I'm like, damn, I am Digital Soapbox Network. So we had other shows dropped themselves out, and other shows had a lot of unrealistic expectations because they don't know what podcasting is. They think I'm gonna do a show, I'm gonna podcast, and I'm gonna get this money. Truthfully, audience, and I'm gonna be very, very real with y'all, there isn't a lot of money in podcasting. There isn't. You have to get live reads to make bread. And a live read, ladies and gentlemen, is saying, hey, what's up? This is Doggie Diamonds. When I'm in the crib chilling, I brush my beard. I use this brush right here. But that is not this said brush. That is not video. That is audio. But you gotta get paid. So to have programmatic ads, that's not on SoundCloud. That's not on these platforms. You have to go with an aggregator, then push your podcast through the aggregator. So how many aggregators were we on? I know we was on Omni, right?
Yeah, we were on Omni. We were on Omni. We've been on Megaphone. We've been on pretty much every last one of them, because for every company runs their stuff different. Like our proprietary platform is Spreaker for Digital Soapbox Media.
We're on Spreaker now.
We were doing Omni at first, but we just realized with Spreaker, for what we do as a business, it was just more impactful because it had the built-in ad server. So if let's say I sold a read to Pepsi Cola. Mm-hmm. We can do the read and run our own read
insert ourselves
through all our shows, and we still have good relationships. And that's the thing that we need to understand, especially as African Americans. Just because you no longer do business with somebody, don't mean you got to disparage them. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing I do love about Matt Hoffa. Mm-hmm. Once we severed our ties, it wasn't never no thing. He didn't go block me on social media. Mm-hmm. We talked a few times after that. He was still real cool about it. It was just where his business was at the time. He had certain expectations that we couldn't meet for him.
Facts. And
he went and did his thing, and that's fine, right?
And we didn't do homeboy stuff. We didn't say, yo, you my man, stay with me. No, we kept the business. All right, yo, I still got the text. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, let me do my own thing. Let me figure it out. I said, yo, go ahead. You got my blessings. You know what I'm saying? And like I said.
And that's a blessing. And obviously it worked that way for him. Look at him now. He just went and got him a bag. He just went and picked up a nice check.
And as well as.
So salute to him.
As well as Charleston. You know what I'm saying? With Charleston.
As well as Charleston.
Because we didn't understand Charleston at first. Remember, we was like, yo, you heard what Charleston said? We didn't understand it, but we didn't understand that that's who he was.
Over the place. And I was thinking about how to approach you on it for a minute, right? Uh-huh. I said, man, I don't want to run him off exactly, but I just sat you down one day and I said, dog, you got to chill out a little bit, dog. Stop being so mad about everything. Yeah. You have a successful show. You have a successful brand.
This YouTube is glitching. What is going on? Are we kicked off the internet? Oh, we got kicked off the internet.